Ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, so I just had some snows put on the M3, and I wanted to go over the types of snows I put on and why, because I think you got to be very careful with these cars. I've done this before with my E46. I'm just going to switch this camera off. There we go. So with my E46 M3, it was a soft top. I threw a hard top on the car and threw the factory 18s on. I had some BBS LMs on the car, and instead of going with something high-end like a Pirelli or a Michelin X-Ice, which were actually pretty hard to find. I called around a bunch of shops, even checked with Costco, and I ended up talking to a friend of mine, Alex, that kind of grew up with, and he hooked me up with these Hankooks. These were pretty reasonably priced. Pirellis were around $1,600 and they weren't even available in the size that I needed. But we'd managed to find the Hankooks. These are actually a 235 width, so they're 20 millimeters smaller than the tires I have on the 19s. I actually went 10 millimeters wider, so 255 front, 275 rear. On the 19-inch rims, they fit nice and beautifully. I was actually a little bit worried that these might kind of like buckle in a little bit, be a little bit bent, but they're not. Let me take a shot from here. So they fit beautifully on the rims. The diameter is almost identical to a 245, but this is 235 with a slightly taller profile. I think it is a, where is it? 45, yeah, it's a 45 profile. So I went 235, 45, and 255, 45 on the rear. So the reason why I did that is for two reasons. One, you've got a lot more sidewall to deal with in the winter, potholes and all kinds of nasty stuff you have on Canadian roads. It's probably the same in other parts of the world where you get really drastic variations in temperature. And it improves the ride quality considerably. But the other thing is, this is a heavy car. This thing weighs 4,000 pounds, so it's about 400 pounds heavier than the E92, which is just the the solid top. This is obviously the hard top convertible, so that goes in the trunk. And you get all that weight down on a slightly thinner tire. It adds to the traction considerably. I noticed with my E46 when I had snows on it, going to a slightly narrower and slightly taller tire, I think this is within a 1% error, does make a considerable difference in the traction. And these things are great in the snow. Don't let anybody tell you, people will probably throw in the comments, oh, why are you driving it in the snow? Why don't you get a winter car or a winter beater? And you know what? Life's too short. This is a really nice car to drive in all kinds of weather. I know BMW cold weather tests these bad boys, and they do great in the wintertime on snow and ice. So brand new set of snows on it. Looking forward to the first snowstorm. You can expect some videos with GoPros on the car in the snowstorm when it comes. Looking forward to having some fun. These things are brilliant in slippery weather. Even though they're rear drive and have over 400 horsepower, it's going to be a load of fun. Anyway, if you got any questions about selecting snows for cars like this, let me know in the comments below, and I'd love to hear more from you guys. Give it a thumbs up if you like the video. Remember, if you're switching over to snow tires, try to go to the smallest wheel that you can fit over the rotors. In the M3, it's an 18, and I don't personally like going with the factory tire sizes. I like to go about 10 millimeters smaller and slightly taller. Improves ride quality, and you'll get better traction out of it. We're not going to go racing in these and light up tires, in weather that's slippery when you're driving normally. Maybe in a parking lot, or if you want to have some fun, yeah. But there you go. Let me know if you got any questions. Talk to you guys later. Peace.